Hey everybody, welcome to our little tutorial introduction to the Ascent Roundtable peer-to-peer networking group. This is for CEOs of stage 2 companies that have left the incubator stage and are looking for ways to try to find the next path towards growth for their company and for themselves, professionally and personally. My name is Jim Koski. I am the principal and founder of HireArc LLC. After 35 years in the semiconductor industry, operating in a variety of roles from process engineering to CEO to director of investor relations, I embarked on this new venture a couple of years ago. And I specialize in certified high performance coaching for individuals and groups, working with academia, working with high tech, and something that I find very fulfilling and jives very nicely with what we're trying to do here.
And I'm Jeff Kaplan. I'm the managing director and founder of a consulting firm called Think Strategies. And our business has been primarily focused on the transition in the marketplace from physical products to virtual services, what many people now refer to as cloud computing, software as a service, those kinds of things. However, we've also provided strategic help and advice to companies well beyond the technology world, as a lot more companies try to capitalize on these trends. And I'm really excited about being a part of this program as well, because it capitalizes on some of the experiences that I've had over the past 20 or so years as Think Strategies, another 35 or so years in the tech industry. But more importantly, I think it's an important representation of the mission of the organizations that are supporting this effort. And I think you can tell us a little bit more about the three founding organizations who are behind this CEO Roundtable.
Yeah, absolutely. So the North Shore Technology Council started about almost 15 years ago. And its mission since then has been to be the preeminent collaborative networking organization on the North Shore. From the North Shore Technology Council, we developed a concept for creating an incubator. And so North Shore InnoVentures was a spinoff of NSTC. North Shore InnoVentures has been incredibly successful at getting companies out of the incubator and into a position where they can grow outside of that type of environment. And the incubator itself has been successful in creating hundreds of jobs with dozens of companies on the North Shore, focused specifically in clean tech and biotech. The Mass Technology Collaborative is a nonprofit organization affiliated with the state of Massachusetts. And it is through the MTC that we received grant money to support this program that we are developing. And we're looking at launching the first Ascent peer-to-peer roundtable in late September of 2019. And so with that, I'd like to talk a little bit about what exactly it is that the Ascent Peer-to-Peer Roundtable is going to accomplish.
Well, the idea of a peer-to-peer roundtable type of program is certainly not new. These things have been going on for a long, long time. I know you've been involved in them, I've been involved in them. Many other associations have launched them that I've been a part of in the technology industry, and even here in Massachusetts. And the key is that too often executives find themselves in a very lonely place where they're facing very difficult strategic and even operational problems and questions and challenges that they could use help and advice about from their peers who've gone through similar situations. And this roundtable program is aimed at facilitating and making that opportunity available to them. It's an intimate environment, it's a confidential environment, it's an environment where we're hoping to build a level of trust where the participants can spend time talking about the things that are keeping them up at night and finding solutions to those things.
Absolutely. The concept of co-creation is one that I really attach to. It's an environment where individuals come in with specific problems for their particular companies and work collaboratively to try to find solutions. We do have some concept about what the structure of these meetings are going to be, but it's going to be really driven by the constituents that are part of this group.
Yeah.
And so that's incredibly important. I mean, this is not a teaching environment. This is an environment where we worked together, facilitated by Jeff and myself, to be able to drive towards those solutions. Personally, I've had a variety of experiences with peer-to-peer types of networking groups. I was the director of investor relations at Excelis Technologies for a couple of years, and that's kind of a lonely position. I mean, we've got the CFO and the CEO, of course, who are out in front with regards to the street, to Wall Street, but I was really pretty much on the front line on the day-to-day to answer and address the issues that were coming into me from analysts on the sell side and from the buy side. And so some of the peer-to-peer groups that I was involved in through the National Investor Relations Institute were incredibly beneficial to me, particularly in the area of Sarbanes-Oxley, and that was incredibly effective. And I've had a number of other experiences as well. How about you?
Well, as I mentioned before, I've been involved in this cloud computing arena for a long time, since its inception, as a matter of fact. And there's a National Software Industry Association that I was a part of as well, that set up a similar kind of roundtable among CEOs of what were then referred to as software as a service companies. The industry was being promoted as a high growth industry, but nobody was talking about all of the landmines and pitfalls that were going to confront a lot of these companies going into that new marketplace. And this roundtable I helped to moderate dealt with those issues, helped the participants sort out how many of those issues they were facing alone within their own company that was unique to their company, and how many of those issues were really endemic to the industry as a whole. And as they sorted those out, they were able to better traverse those issues and overcome those challenges and ultimately be successful. And we look today at what's happened in the software as a service and cloud computing industry, and you see some examples of those successes every day. So it was a very rewarding experience for me. It was a tremendously important experience for them, and that's why I'm excited about being a part of this program with you to make it available to folks here on the North Shore.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for that, and yeah, we're really excited about this. We've generated a tremendous amount of interest already, and we're hoping that you will join us for an upcoming webinar. You can register for one of 3 webinars. The dates and the links for registration are below. And I want to thank you again for coming and joining us and just learning a little bit about what it is that we're trying to bring to the North Shore for the businesses, the high-tech businesses on the North Shore, to help take those stage 2 companies to the next phase with a collaborative and effective facilitated program, the Ascent Peer-to-Peer Networking Group.
Yep.
We're really looking forward to it.
Yep. And by the way, you can contact him directly if you want to get some more information about this program, or just sign right up, all right?
Yeah, great. All right.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
All right.